this one, the part 2, I'll encourage you to go to part 1. So today you can see how I talked about this inverter, and now we're gonna put it into a load test, and let's try doing a laundering. This is a 1200 watts inverter charger made by Magnum Energy. So let's go try it and see if what we design for portable or for any form of crisis, we can able to take this one anywhere, or we can able to utilize it. So you can mount this one on the wall. You can see, here you can hang it on the wall and do anything you want to do, or bolt it on the floor, on the ground. Here is the extension cord we're going to be attaching to the machine and getting it to the washer. Welcome to the laundry room, where a lot of families take care of business, taking care of their loved ones and cleaning their clothes and linen and all the rest. So right now we plug on the grid right there. So here's the water thing, and this is the dryer. Today we're not going to use the dryer here. This one have to go 220 volt or 240. And I'm going to take this guy out from this. You will see I'm going to plug it to, I got some loads in here. And I'm going to take this guy and plug it to our extension. So everything will turn up correctly. There we go. So we're going to place this guy right here. And you see me plug in the cord. This is the cord. I'm going to plug it to our thing here, and I'm going to take the rest of the other cord here. I'm going to show you where I'm going to plug it to the generator, and we can see how everything works. So right now you see the outlet, there's nothing there. It's only the 240 for the dryer, which we're not using today, and we're going to do laundry in here. Like and subscribe, stay tuned. And just for the record, this is what we're going to be using today. It's a Color Bright, brighter colors detergent. So this is from PowerX. I'm not advertising for this company, but if they happen to find this video helpful, I want you guys to support this video and make it right. And especially for GE, General Electric, which I've done review on these machines since we got them. So right now I'm gonna pour the detergents. I was gonna use the cover to do the measurement, but I don't want this cover to be all tacky, messy. So I decided to go this route. So we'll get it done, and we're gonna set up the device. As you guys seen, I'm adding more load. I want to get a big load so I can do this laundering in a way like a heavy duty, so we can able to put more stress on the machine. Well, in the sense is I'm gonna gauge the wire. I use the two 6-gauge wires to see how much load they're gonna take. So if you calculate, I suppose I'll be correct here by using two 6-gauge wire in conjunction to a 2-gauge wire. Two 6-gauge wire parallel together to make a 2-gauge wire. I think I'm right on or dead on. So that's what the inverter looks for. So for 12 volt at 1200 watt inverter. So if you do 1200 or if you do 1200 divided by 12 point something, or 12 volts will give you like 100 amps, something like that, or 100 times 12. I hope I'm saying it correctly. And it's supposed to give you the amps, the wattage and the amperage I'm trying to do. So if you divide the 1200 divided by 12, and it gives you about 100 amps. So 1200 divided by 12 volts, that gives us the 100 amps. So 100 amp is rated at 2 gauge wire. Okay, you can sell 4 gauge to 2 gauge. So I went with the 2 gauge, and this will give us the exact calculation if we can pull that amount, not continuously or whatever. We can see how those 6 gauge wires can do the trick. So stay tuned. Let's plug this machine, and now see what we just done here. And the wire is here, the outlet for the inverter. It comes all the way here, and this is the for charging the input, and this is the remote here. We're gonna set this guy up here and plug it to the blue part of the machine. And snapped. So the display is gonna show. I'm gonna set it up here when we power up the inverter. So we're gonna go up here and turn the power on to number 1. Now you've seen exactly what I'm talking about. So here goes the device, and we're gonna start. It says 95 minutes. We're starting at 13.8. We're sitting at 14 yesterday after the batteries already settled. And the display here is now is on. It's gonna tell us about the clock. And we can just easily bypassing this by pushing the meter. So the inverter is off. Now we're gonna turn the inverter on. It says searching. You can hear the transformer. And let's go right here. And we're gonna close this door, and we're gonna turn this, and if we decide to open the door, the lights will show up right there, and we set the load the way we want it, precise full right there, just for so that we can see how the thing is gonna hover the things around. Push the button. Might probably do this. So he's gonna try. The door is locked right now. It's making that noise to get the precise setting for the load. And it's gonna spin around trying to see everything is balanced, the load in there, before it's gonna start the process. So by doing so, you've seen how we're doing the laundering test inside the laundry room right here at JW Solar USA. Like and subscribe. So now we're going to be seeing the amps going to be ramping here. Now it says, look at that. It's pulling the water. Do you see the amps that just moved? So now the pump just kicked in. See, anytime it's trying to move the load around so that it thinks the clothes gonna get really wet. I think I can get you this contrast. You can see better. I think this one is better. Look how many amps it's pulling. Anytime it's shifting. .22 amps. So watch the wattage. So it's taking a 1 point something. So let's see if this machine is gonna do it. It's resonating because it sits on top of this thing. That will be interesting. I don't know how long this video is gonna be. .132 amps. Just trying to get all the clothes so that they can be wet, soak evenly. But we can able to trick this guy by going back maybe here and do so that we can just try to go to the wash right away. Okay. Alright guys, now we're dumping the water, pulling 91 watts. The batteries are sitting at 82%. It says 8 hours if you keep going 91 hours, watt hours. So 6 amps right there. That's what the inverter is reading. But this one doesn't have the BMK battery monitor kit. It doesn't have a shunt into it. The shunt is on the battery side, which is made by Renogy. So it monitors everything. So now it's saying we have 60 amps. So it's only 4 cells in there, which are 75 amp hour each. So this is the power. We're sitting at 13.2 volts. 13.2 volts, accurate. Never underestimate the power of lithium. It was C-lead acid battery or AGM, this thing would have been like drowned all the way down. The voltage drop is gonna be ridiculous. So this is what it is, guys, and we're washing clothes with portable solar generator. Like and subscribe. So he's thinking, I want to see the spinning. That's why I was gonna keep to you. Oh, there you go. It's pushing more water. There we go. 1.2 kilowatts. It maxed out the inverter. Pretty interesting, right? You can do anything with solar. It says 3 hours. 80%. Spinning process, pulling 78 amps. We missed that part when it maxed out the inverter, 1200 watts. So now it's spinning. Let's go to the room. Still plugged in here, guys. We're not cheating. Everything is laundering. We're doing laundering right here. Solar laundering. Load test on our solar. Portable generator. MagnaSine, Magnum energy. Live here at JW Solar USA. Stay tuned. Now we're gonna go into the spinning process. This is how far the batteries have gone. Well, I stopped the machine, I popped the door open, and now I have to start all over again. So this laundering end up being twice. Watch this. It maxed out 1.2 kilowatts. It maxed the inverter. Oh Lord. Oh, I missed that at first, but this is the second chance. There is a mode when it gets to that point. It will spin really hard, and it maxed out the inverter to 1.2. Since the inverter is a low frequency, so it's pretty good. It's just kind of a weird thing that is happening with this the laundering and this machine. Okay, there we go. Spinning. The fan kicks in. We pull in 66. Something just happened. Well, it's doing some reps the way it does the spinning, and I think it's gonna prepare now for the long spinning, which you're gonna be pulling the 2 kilowatts and the 1.2 kilowatts, and it maxed out the inverter. Well, we're still going. That's kind of cool. Here we go. 1 kilowatts. It's kind of a little bit started there. You can hear the kind of little bit break. It's trying. That continuous rep. I think it locks into the inverter. Squeezing, spinning. It's going, it's going, it's going. 800. I have a clear view. It's going. There we go.